Live, Laugh, Loot contains foul language, violence, drug and alcohol references, and irreverent humor. So if you're not a fan of all that, then don't watch the show. Okay, bye.
You said sink, I said washing machine.
But they're not in the sink. Well, actually, no. Sinks. Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm very wrong.
A sink technically is a washing machine in that it is a machine that helps you wash.
Is it a machine or is it just a hose?
Some sinks are probably
It's a hose
pretty
that
big.
serves a mechanized purpose, so therefore it's a machine.
All right, I'm gonna refute that. It is not a hose. It is a pipe.
Well, it becomes a hose if you have the detachable nozzle that, you can just sort of pull off and use like a hose.
I guess so, but our
Like mine
sink
does that.
Our sink doesn't have that.
Well, yours doesn't, mine does, so I can qualify mine as a mechanized hose. You good?
Always.
I'm good.
Always.
Okay. You went silent after that.
I'm angry that you have a better sink than I do. Previously on Live, Laugh, Loot. Everyone's gathered to the entertain-a-thon on the Moon Titan, including Ozzy the ostrich detective, summoned here via an unsigned letter. Unable to obtain a badge, he instead took a deal from a scalper to find and kill the Juggernaut, a wrestler famous across the galaxy, in exchange for access to the con. Inside, Ozzy met a young lost girl named Carly, and he took her to meet her idol, the cartoon star Felicia Fox. After chastising con security for not doing their job, the trio set off to look for Carly's dad, but Ozzy soon learned a horrible truth. Carly's dad is the Juggernaut. We'll see whether our party gets any closer to finding this mysterious wrestler as we head back into the convention hall where a big event is about to take place. Okay, so you're walking down the convention hall, just sort of following the crowd. You're asking people if they've seen the Juggernaut, showing them the poster that you found as well.
Hey! And he's just gonna, whoever's next to him, where's the locker rooms?
You just sort of like say this at like someone dressed in like a really like put together at the last minute cosplay of some robot you don't even recognize. And he just looks up at you like, what locker rooms? What are you talking about?
Backstage for where the wrestlers are.
I don't know anything about that.
He just starts
a
walking
guy.
away immediately.
Okay. The guy looks back at you really confused and then just sort of like, that was weird, walks away out of this game forever.
Ozzy's just trying to find somebody who, like, looks like they work here now.
You're all still following the crowd who's generally marching in the direction of the main stage, and lo and behold, after a while, you come across the main stage, which currently looks empty, but you can hear loud music blaring. Like, all the music that's in the convention hall is coming from speakers right about here. And plenty of people are lining up, many of them dressed to the nines in cosplays of various kinds. Some are just there to, like, some just in normal street clothes. But there's tons of people here. If you'd like to try and find the Juggernaut in this crowd, that will have to be I think that'll be wit and investigation again.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Better
Yeah,
him
right.
than me.
So, wit, investigations. It'll be 8. Wait, is it 8? Yeah, it's 8.
Should be, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 success out of all 8 cards.
Cool. Ozzy, you crane your neck upwards a bit to try and get a better vantage point above people. You don't see the Juggernaut anywhere, but you can see that the crowd is getting very excited for something that's about to happen on the main stage. As you are looking around, one of the convention staff approaches you and says, "Hey, you three, are you here for the cosplay contest?
No.
Are you sure? The winners
Yes.
get all the winners get backstage all-day passes."
She's already backstage, and he points to Felicia Fox. She's already a guest here. I'm just trying to find the Juggernaut.
Felicia, your guest pass actually does not let you go backstage, which you have found very odd and curious.
Excuse me? They haven't given me, one of the star guests, a backstage pass. I will not stand for this. You there! Do I look like some dumb Dora? I demand full respect now!
This lady, who has not broken her smile at all, even as you get more aggressive, is like, well, I wouldn't know how to solve that issue, but if you would like to go backstage, you can, if you win this cosplay contest.
Why, I oughta...
You ought to sign up for the cosplay contest. That's what you ought to do.
Have
There
fun.
is no cosplay. That is beneath me. I am an actress, and I demand backstage!
Give me charm and persuasion to try and wrestle something out of this lady.
So that's charm. So I do have 3 points in charm. That's 3 cards by default. 1 card for being healthy, and then do I have any in persuasion? I do not. So it's just these 4 cards.
Yep.
Okay, I got a jack and a king. The other 2 are failures.
Excellent. Quick count.
Are we just jacking around, or are we gonna make some progress?
Gosh, that's a sentence.
Damn.
I'm sorry, I was really proud of that one. Improv's not my thing, so I'm just.
That was
That's
improv.
fine. Yeah. It's all improv, baby. You argue to this lady that you should be let backstage because you are Felicia Fox, the best damn actress in the entire universe. And this lady is sort of looking at you like, well, I don't have the authority to just let you back there. I'm just here to run the cosplay contest. But if you'd like to get backstage, maybe you could take it up with our security guard. And she points you towards towards the side of the stage where you see once again that security guard who let you in, Ozzy, who is just standing around guarding the door to the backstage.
Go have fun.
I'll talk to this Rube. You stay here and watch over her.
I was already gonna do that.
So Felicia, you're gonna walk up to the security guard?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Excellent. You walk over and you're just like cheeks puffed out like Huffy, walking up to her, or to him, sorry. Walking up to him, he looks in your direction and like as she sees you approaching, and you just get the impression that he's like, oh, this lady again.
What the? This is as far as I'm concerned, first time I've met him.
No. This was the security guard who said, hey, you should go to the main stage. I'm gonna try and find someone to help find the kid's daughter,
Alright.
or kid's dad. Which, you know, he's standing in front of this door just guarding it. Doesn't seem like he's doing that at all.
Hello once again. I've come with some updates given our previous encounter.
The security guard looks at you and does not say a word.
Her dad's a juggernaut. We need to get backstage and so we can reunite father and daughter. Can we do that?
Give me presence persuasion now to try and, well, persuade him.
3 cards. Oh, a king and queen.
Hey.
So it's 2 successes again.
Yeah, this guy looks at you and just gives a big heavy sigh like, I can't let you backstage, ma'am. It's employees only.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, actually. Look, can you at least go back there and please tell the Mr. Juggernaut that his daughter's out here waiting for him?
We got plenty of security guards back there, ma'am, and trust me, if the kid's father was there, this Juggernaut, whoever he is, I'm sure that the Juggernaut would have asked them where his daughter was, and they'd be helping him find him. But obviously they aren't doing that because, you know, they're all back there, so clearly the Juggernaut's not back there.
I have my doubts.
You
Now,
can doubt all you want, lady.
Bring me someone else to talk to. Your incompetence enrages me.
This security guard narrows his eyes, which you can kind of see behind his sunglasses, and he says, ma'am, are we gonna have some trouble here, or are you gonna back off?
Am I... You... Yes. I'm gonna go back and let them know what's going on.
You do that, ma'am. Felicia, you walk back to the group.
Well,
They're not letting us in. Apparently, Mr. Juggernaut's not back there, and they haven't heard anything from him about looking for his daughter.
fucking, kid, where'd you lose your dad again?
He left me behind, to get some cotton candy at the food hall.
Alright, let's go. Cotton candy.
Alright, you head back in the direction of the food hall.
Did we find where the cotton candy is?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you notice the cotton candy almost right away. But Ozzy, you do notice running the cotton candy stand is the same person who is running the corn dog stand, just in a different outfit. He's like, hey, you want some cotton candy here?
So remind me of that guy from Avatar, Doc, who also ran, like, the store and was also the bridge builder.
Gosh. I was thinking of Amazing World of Gumball, that guy who works every job ever. He's gonna point to the kid. her dad. You see him? Juggernaut. Looks just like the kid, but tall. Adult.
I think that's got to be presence and investigation to try and get something out of this guy.
Presence and investigation. That'll be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 2 successes.
This cotton candy vendor just sort of like looks around the other stalls and is like, is that the Juggernaut's kid?
I just said that, yeah.
Listen, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell anybody this, but I saw some security guards leading him backstage. It looked like they were taking him against his will, but I don't know. I didn't get a good look at it.
All right, where's backstage?
Backstage is right next to the main stage. I think they're doing a cosplay contest now.
You're really pushing that cosplay contest.
He just groans. All right, let's go.
All right, you head back to the main stage.
And how did your little adventure go? Get any updates for us?
You gotta enter the cosplay contest.
You're joking.
Nope.
Darling, I don't do cosplay. After all, it wouldn't be fair. I can change myself instantly. There'd be no competition.
Good. Either you have 2 options. 1, you do that so we can get the badges fair and square, or 2, I go in guns blazing.
Now look, this place maybe is sending me up a tree, but I must say that is not acceptable. They're still paying me.
All right, well, good luck in the competition.
All right, so you all arrive at the main stage once again. The event still has not started, but the same lady from before is like, hi, you still want to sign up for the cosplay convention? I mean, the cosplay contest?
Yes.
All right, so that's going to be 2 adults for the cosplay contest. We don't allow children. Sorry, honey, as she says, looking at Carly.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Oh, you heard her. You're assisting me.
That sounds great to me, darlings. You can just head on back up to behind the stage and we'll get you all settled in.
All right, hold on. He's gonna, look throughout the crowd. Can I see anyone's, costumes? Say, they have, headgear or anything like that?
Yeah. You see a bunch of people wearing, different kinds of headgear. Some have got, big shoulder pads. It all looks very intricate.
Okay. Would I see anything akin to, say, a Yoshi head or mask or anything like that?
I'll do a quick flip to see if you do.
Dinosaur hat.
Yeah, you do see a few people got Yoshi costumes, including some pretty awesome Yoshi caps that would look pretty good on you.
All right, I go to one of them and I grab at it with my ostrich mouth quickly.
Okay, that's going to be agility and melee.
Great. So it's agility and melee. So that's 1, 2. That's 2. Okay. 1. I got 2 successes.
You swipe a Yoshi hat off of somebody's head.
I'm imagining it be one of those crazy. You know how you see those ostriches that just snap at somebody suddenly and bite at them?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Ozzy does. Just ah.
When you do, the guy turns around and is like, hey, but then looks up at you and sees this ostrich just with his hat in his head, and he's just like,
detective business. I'll let him know that you did a good job.
The guy is too stunned to respond. You have successfully acquired a Yoshi hat.
So he's gonna go over to back to them, and is the kid still there, or is she still on me the entire time?
Yeah, no, the kid was with you.
Hey, kid, can you put this on? Oh, hold on. He's gonna take the hat off and his detective hat off.
Mm-hmm.
Could you put the Yoshi thing on?
All right. Carly's gonna be like, yeah, I can do that. I'll do a quick flip for Carly. Yeah, she stands up on your back, which, Ozzy, you're not used to carrying people around, even small people like this, but this is a stone person.
Yeah.
So she is fairly heavy for a child of her size. So as she crawls up your neck, you are feeling the weight, and it doesn't feel great. But she does manage to put the Yoshi head on your head.
Thank you. And I put the detective hat on.
Okay, excellent. So on top of your Yoshi hat, so you're gonna be Detective Yoshi?
Yep.
Excellent. You affix this as you keep walking to the back of the stage, where you see a few other people, quite a couple other people walking around as their cosplay. Just basically anything you can think of. People are dressed up as it. And I'm saying that so I don't have to tell you exactly. So we can all imagine it. Felicia, you doing your costume now, or what's your plan?
That's a question because
I'm gonna switch this. She's a black and white character, so how does she exactly make a cosplay that fits with the rest of the group?
That's a good question.
Because she'd still just maintain her rubber hose style. So, like, even if she tried to be Mario or, you know, generic turtle fighting plumber man, she would still just be a black and white rubber hose version of the character that would clash with the fucking ostrich and a Yoshi mask.
Well, you have seen quite a few other Toons walking around the convention, and some of them are in cosplay. It just sort of looks like the Toonified version of it. So yeah, you'll see like Toon Mario, Toon Link, not that Toon Link, but you know, it like that. Like, so it's not out of the question that a 2D black and white cartoon person could do cosplay.
True, but they brought their costumes. They're just the background characters from her cartoon. They get paychecks that can pay for these things. They have the time to dedicate towards these things. She's too busy doing corporate stuff to have time to have hobbies and make costumes.
That's true, but I will point out you have an animation pocket that you can pull anything out of.
I know, it's just I know by my logic, it's still gonna. By the way, I imagine it works. I'm still just gonna pull out black and white things that fit with her rubber hose style. So it's not. So I'm just still thinking like it's gonna clash no matter what.
If it clashes, it clashes.
So okay, I have an idea for what her costume's gonna be now.
All right.
Okay, so like I want her to. What do I have to do to like disguise herself?
That would be I think that would be wit, and for disguise, it would be wit and lying.
Okay, I do have 2 in lying, and I have nothing in wit, so that'd be 3 cards plus 1.
Yep.
Sure, I couldn't switch that to like perform.
Yeah, I'll let you use perform. That is yeah.
Okay, then that would bump it up to 5 then. So, like my plan is for her to change her entire look to look like a rubber hose Peach. Like she just sort of stretches herself to be taller and mushes her face together to be, you know, smaller and rounder. And she just like then pulls down her little dress thing to be a lot more, you know, like what it would look like. Let me at least draw and see if I can make that happen first. If I do perform, that's 4 for that, 1 for wit, 1 because I'm still at full health. And I got 2 successes out of that, a Queen of Spades and an Ace of Spades.
All right.
The rest were failures.
Yep. Yeah, you pull out a pretty solid Toonified Peach costume. Obviously it's in black and white, but it would give the effect of like the classic pink dress. You also pull out a pretty accurate crown, and
I'm imagining she looks like Paper Peach from the Paper Mario games, but like with slightly noodlier arms.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty solid. Ozzy, you are just sort of an ostrich with a Yoshi hat.
Yeah.
So, you know, opposite ends of the spectrum a little bit.
Yeah, this is all you can do.
Yeah. All right. It's time for the contest to begin. Woo! Yeah! You hear the crowd. Okay. I'm going to say, well, can both of you just flip 1 card?
oh boy, 8 of Spades.
King of Diamonds.
Ozzy, you are first on the billing.
Great.
So, Ozzy, you are directed by the stagehands to... the music is, like, pumping really loud now. And you can hear the MC saying, "Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Entertainathon cosplay contest." And the crowd starts clapping. We got a bunch of entrants this year, so give it up for our first contestant. Ozzy, you are cued to walk out onto the stage.
He walks on out.
I'm going to need you to give me a charm and perform to do your best cosplay strut.
Great. Well, let's do this. Both of my cards. Let's go. Number 1. Okay. And number 2. No successes.
All right, Ozzy, you really do not know what you're supposed to be doing. You get the idea that they're pointing you towards a stage, but like, what do you do after that? So you just walk on out, and everybody just sees an ostrich with a hat carrying a little child on his back. You just sort of look out like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And the crowd is just like looking at you in dead silence. All you can hear is the thumping of the music.
Darling, you're supposed to act. It's a theater. Do something.
Felicia, if you want to boost Ozzy's like performance, you can do a charm and perform to like kind of like give him some tips on what to do on the stage.
No, I kind of see him. He got me into this. I want to see him. I want to see how he gets himself through this.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
that's fair.
Ozzy, you stand there. You see another stagehand like fervently waving you over, like, come here, come on, get off the stage.
All right, and he just walks off.
As you walk off, you hear like very slow scattered applause, like, yay for him. All right, Felicia, you're up.
Alrighty.
So my plan is like I want to like come out and like doing some little tap dance routine like the Mario Bros theme.
Mhm.
What would I have to do for that one? Like I'm assuming it'd be
That
either
would-
like charm and presence plus perform. I know perform absolutely, but like either
Yeah.
charm or presence is what I'm imagining.
Yeah, I'd say charm because it's a dance. You're supposed to be like charming when you dance, I
That's-
guess.
3 plus another 4 for perform, and then 1 because I'm healthy. What have I got here? Failure, 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 failure. Oh my god, it's all failures. I have
Felicia-
I have 3 pairs in here. I have 2 4s, 2 2s, and 2 7s.
Good poker hand, but that's not what we're looking for.
I don't play poker. I have no idea.
Well, Felicia, you are very used to walking out on stage, getting some good applause. The crowd eagerly awaits what you're going to do as you step out into the center stage. And,
Suddenly
Yeah,
she remembers she's not getting paid for this.
yeah, you, like, start to do, like, one little tap, and, you're just like, well, hold on, no, this isn't right. And you're just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Internally, she's all like,
This isn't fair to those poor darlings who worked so hard for this competition. I'll just hope my beauty wins this. And just walks right off stage.
Okay, great. The MC's like, give it up for Peach, everybody. And you hear very also, like, minimal applause.
God, why did I have to clutch right there?
The stagehand standing next to you is like, all right, you two, you kind of blew the entrance part, but there are a few more rounds, so just hang in tight. You might be able to win over the crowd yet.
oh god.
Let's just kind of skip over a bit and let the MC get through the rest of the contestants who you both failed, so they all do better than you on their entrance.
Actually,
The MC says, all right, everybody, it's time for our contestants to come back out and do their best group pose. You hear clapping from the crowd and some whooping and yelling.
Oh, goody.
Let's bring everybody out here to do a group cosplay pose. Come on out, everyone. You are all both ushered out onto the stage with the rest of the contestants. And yeah, flip one more card for me, each of you again, and just tell me what you get.
3 of clubs.
Joker.
Oh, good. Ozzy, your cue was to just stand in place, but somebody in the crowd is eating a corn dog. You get a whiff of it, and you fly into a bit of a rage. In the direction of the crowd, you're just like, I gotta get him. I gotta get the corn dog snatcher. You leap into the crowd.
Let's go.
The crowd scatters, scared that the contestant has jumped at them. And,
Where's that goddamn corn dog snatcher?
Oh my!
Ozzy, in the hubbub of the crowd, like running around you, you see a security guard's coming toward you. And just for, because he's always
Yep.
there, it's that same security guard.
You.
He walks up to you and he says, sir, you're gonna need to calm down.
You're gonna
Right
need
now.
to let me do my damn job.
Darling, please just leave this old Palooka alone. He's just.
You don't know what he's done.
I was referring to you. I'm talking to him. Please, the adults are talking here.
And he just looks at his hands, and then immediately Johnny Cash says, "What have
What
I
hands?
be?" Well, his
You don't have
wings.
hands.
Looks at his
You
wings.
got wings.
Just what have I become from Johnny Cash starts playing in his head.
Carly on your back, though, is sort of like, hey, mean old Mr. Security Man, leave my friends alone. And the security guard looks at the kid and is just like, let the adults talk, honey.
Boom, boom, boom.
Ozzy just got Johnny Cash going on in his head.
Yeah. I hurt myself today.
You can hear somebody playing that in the convention for some reason.
Gosh.
You're looking around and you can't see it, but oh no, you know what? It's the corn dog and the cotton candy vendor is playing on a guitar in the side, playing Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Never doing convention work again. Never again.
The security guard says, all right, I've had enough of you two. You two are going to have to get out of this convention, or so help me, I'm going to throw you out.
You can't give me the bum rush. I'm being paid to be here.
Alright,
Him, on the other hand, you can do whatever you want with. But leave the girl.
Alright, I guess we're doing this. You're taking us backstage right now.
All right, the security guard looks at you, Ozzy, and she's like, I don't think that's going to happen. Boys! At a moment's notice, like, 2 more security guards hop by his side. They're taking out their batons. They are gonna flump you.
Darling, that might be a good time to get a wiggle on.
No wingling here.
I would like to retrieve the little girl off his back and then run away.
Okay.
Well, it's like, she shouldn't be in combat.
Oh, it's fine. You know what? Yeah, we're doing it.
All right, Ozzy.
Like, you can fight if you want. At least let me take her out of here. I didn't exactly treat her the nicest when she got here. I need to make up for that and be the smart, rational adult and get her out of here.
All right, yeah, Felicia, you take Carly off of Ozzy's back and sort of bring her to the side as Ozzy, the security guards, raise their weapons at you. But you do have initiative over all of them, so you may make the first action.
Alright, do I...
Also, big question, if you're an ostrich, why didn't you just run through them?
I'm not fast.
You're an ostrich!
That's true, but Ozzy has 1 agility, so he's actually not
Probably
that
because he
fast.
keeps smoking so many cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And also, where's he gonna run?
Too many corn dogs.
Now, my question is, did Ozzy bring his gun?
Flip 1 card.
Alright. What's that gonna be the Joker? It's at 5 of clubs.
You don't have your gun.
Alright, we're snapping at him.
All right, with you like snap with the beak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, brawn melee, please.
Alright, that is 3 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1 success.
Are you snapping at the main guy or his goons that he summoned?
I'll go after one of the goons.
All right, you just sort of chomp at them a little bit. You get a little nibble on one of their arms, and they're just like, ow!
I need you to back off.
The lead security guard is gonna get a turn and gets 2 successes, so 2 damage is coming at you.
Alright, well that is, I guess I'm dodging 2 of them.
This guard takes out his beating stick and swings it at you, just narrowly missing your neck as you swerve it out of the way. The other security guards are gonna get a quick turn, and they're just gonna stand around and do absolutely nothing, and just being like, yeah, get him, boss, but make no attack of their own. They got no successes. Felicia, you are not in this fight, or would you like to join?
I feel like I should enter combat, even though I technically don't have to.
You don't have to. You can be on the sidelines. But I just want to know, because I'll give you an opportunity to make an action even if you're not in combat. It doesn't have to be like a fight action. But if you want to join combat, I just need to let you know so you can get an initiative order.
Here's my options. I either join combat and leave this small child alone and able to be kidnapped, or I don't enter combat and I run the risk of Ozzy getting himself killed.
I don't think he's gonna die to security guards.
I wouldn't do that on a first session.
But
Maybe.
given that the Juggernaut has been taken captive by security, apparently, and we're not allowed to find out about that, call me crazy. I have a feeling they might kill you and act just like, oh no, they resisted, like police officers.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure if leaving his child alone is a good idea, or if stepping in and interacting is a good idea.
Well, Carly is looking like she's like kind of like doing like the shadow box of being like, yeah, get him, Ozzy, get him. So she is probably raring to fight if you want to put her in. But
I'm not bringing a small child into combat.
You could.
All right? I am not a murder hobo. I'm not gonna go commit war crimes. I am not bringing a child into combat.
You're not doing anything. They're the ones punching her.
This child will likely follow me into combat and mimic me. I mean, we all know what happens when kids see their favorite TV stars doing stuff. They mimic it.
Oh gosh, Wilbur.
Well, also
Think about what Wilbur did. So we gotta think about that.
Carly's gonna be the new Wilbur.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, Wilbur met Wilbur Jr., who was pretty much just a small
I don't even know
Wilbur.
who Wilbur is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Wilbur,
never
was,
explained the previous campaign.
Wilbur was Wolf's previous character,
Yeah.
who was
Yeah, they watched the kid version of them blow
die.
up.
Yeah, very horrifically by an RPG.
Jeez, Wilbur's a tragic character. But anyway, yeah, sure, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
To an extent,
Foxy.
I'm sad we didn't start doing this series back when we were doing that, so an audience could have built for that moment.
That's true. But live and learn.
Well, someone lived.
It wasn't Wilbur Jr., I can tell you that much.
What's the best way I can interact with combat without having to set a bad idea for the kid and not leave her alone?
Am I
You can
allowed to say-
diffuse the situation. Oh, yeah, you can diffuse the situation is what I would recommend.
I tried
But
to, and then Ozzy started attacking.
Well, you can keep trying to diffuse the situation.
He's already started fighting again. He escalated it, then he took the first swing.
He ruined the cosplay contest, which was going to be a cool set piece. And I kind of railroaded it, but this is great. I'm happy about it.
I mean, Ozzy has a rant. I know what Ozzy would say to Felicia in this moment. Ozzy would probably look back.
You can say it to Felicia. Talking is free in combat, basically.
Like, he'd probably say, like, this is none of your beeswax, and then go back to fighting.
No, he'd be like, "Hey, I need you to distract them real quick."
I'm sorry, he starts this thing after I try to bring it to a stop before it started, and now he wants me to help him.
Draw their attention to you for something, I don't know. Do something flashy.
Well, Felicia's good at doing flashy stuff.
You don't gotta hit nobody, just do something. It's my fight. Now end it.
Fine. To attempt to de-escalate and at the least distract everyone, I'm gonna have her do like some big dance routine and like out of nowhere like divine spotlights are just like, you know, making everything else darker and shining their light on her just to like draw all the attention at her.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Charm and perform.
That's 3, 4, and then 1 because I'm still healthy. Failure, failure, success, failure, failure, success, success. Okay, that's 4 successes, 4 failures. It's a 50-50 ratio.
All right. But that's good. 4 successes is good.
Okay.
Yeah, Felicia, you just, it suddenly goes dark in the convention hall and magic spotlights appear over your head. And you go into an intensely choreographed and beautiful dance routine. Do you know what kind of music would be in the background for this?
If you're blue and don't know where to go, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Putting on the Ritz. Yeah, Felicia, you put the hell on the Ritz. All of the security guards are distracted by Felicia's incredible song and dance. So you have an attack of opportunity. If you want to attack or if you want to do whatever.
Okay. So, and this goes outside of my turn, right?
What's up?
So, like, attack of opportunity means, like, I can do this and then I can do my attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what would be my original attack? Got it. Okay, so I'm going to use my telekinesis to grab their baton and bring it to me.
Excellent. Yep, that'll be... I think that's wit and telekinesis.
3.
We didn't mention up until now that Ozzy does have telekinetic powers.
He does.
Yeah.
2. Alright, so that's 2 successes, but I have to shuffle my deck again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to keep the 2 successes out of the deck, or just shuffle them back in?
Keep them out. Put them like at the bottom of your discard pile now.
Gotcha.
Or like
Alright.
they'll be the start of the new discard pile.
Gotcha. Alright, so let's reshuffle.
Do you need to flip more cards, or was it 2 successes and that was it?
Oh, I only flipped 2 cards, and those were
Okay.
the 2 successes, yeah. So it was, you said wit and telekinesis, so that is 6, so I have to do 4 more. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 3 successes.
Ah, right. Yep, Ozzy, as the security guards are... I'll give you a choice. Do you want to try and get all of their batons, or do you want to just, like, pull out one and, like, ready yourself in attack position?
My main goal was to grab the one from the main guy,
Okay.
and then put it in my mouth and start swinging.
All right, excellent. You do successfully pull the baton. Actually, you pulled it out of his hand. He's so distracted that he doesn't notice that his weapon left his hand. It is now in your mouth. You are primed and ready for an attack, which if you're gonna...
Yep, we're swinging.
That'll be brawn melee +2.
So brawn melee +2.
Yeah.
So that
Oh, you know
is-
what? Plus an additional 1 for the club.
Okay, so brawn 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be 5. Let's go. 2, 3, 4. 2 successes, but one of them is the Queen of Hearts.
All right. So 3. As the lead security guard is watching Felicia do her dance, you conk him right on the back of the head, dealing 3 damage.
Back off.
This lead security guard, as you hit him, just like almost immediately turns around in instinct, like trying to like get you off of him with his stick, but then realizes, wait a minute, I don't have my beating stick in my hand.
You chose this.
He looks at you with the billy club in your hand, in your mouth rather. He's like, give that back.
He didn't say anything.
Okay, good. All right, let's see what the security guard's gonna do. Cool. So the security guard jokered to retaliate. I'm gonna say he tries to like swipe for the club in your mouth, but in the process of doing so, like kind of like leans forward a little bit too much and sort of falls onto your body, Ozzy, which means you are free to peck him a little bit, which I'm assuming you would like to do so.
Absolutely.
All right. I won't make you flip for that. You just do another point of damage. It's like, get off me. The other security guards are gonna get a quick turn now. Let's see if they do anything. 1 point of damage is coming at you.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
One of the security guards, like sort of just beats you on the side a little bit. It doesn't like loosen your grip from the main security guard, but you take a whack.
Dick.
Felicia, you're still dancing.
Good.
Although it does seem like the other security guards have broken distraction, so you don't have to do that anymore. Carly is kind of looking at Ozzy like, wow, he's messing up those guys good, ain't he? Ain't she, Miss Felicia?
Yes, they are.
Felicia, if you'd like to make an action, you may do so again. Combat or non-combat. They are not looking at you, by the way, so if you did want to get in combat, you can sneak up on them.
So I want to take my cartoon chalk and like draw a door with a sign saying security guard assistance.
Okay.
just to get them, just like maybe get one of them to notice it and then knock themselves out.
Charm and engineering. That makes sense to me for
So
drawing something.
just 4 cards because I have nothing in engineering.
Yeah.
It would be more like an artistic thing, but I would see like there is no stat for the arts, sadly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 blank spots. We could have made one hypothetically.
That's true. It might fall under the umbrella of perform, but I see this as you are trying to create something that's artificial.
I mean, I'm drawing something that only I could interact with.
Right.
So it'd just be like drawing a door or drawing like a little cave.
Yep.
Just to do a Roadrunner gag. Anyways, let's see. All failures and a joker.
Excellent. So what were you trying to do?
I was gonna draw like a door on the wall, like crudely write like security assistance. That way they'd be like, oh yes, there's be something to help me in there, and then run straight into it.
As you are drawing this on the wall, the security guards turn towards you and just like, hey, no drawing on convention property. Felicia, they're running straight at you. They're gonna get an attack on you. Oh god, one of them they jokered.
Thank God.
They jokered and got no successes. So, Felicia, you weren't able to finish drawing like the door on the wall before they spotted you. So they just sort of tumble on the ground as they like try to approach you. And then whatever drawing you did finish on the chalk falls off of the wall and collapses onto them, dealing a little bit of damage. So, congrats.
That's a plan.
Cool. Ozzy, these guys ran away from you, tripped, and got a little bit collapsed on. But it is your turn.
We're running and hitting the main guy
All right.
while he's down.
Excellent. That's brawn melee +2. No, brawn melee +1.
For melee +1, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. Be 3 cards, so I'm no longer healthy. Let's go. I got 1 success.
You're healthy.
Oh no, I just got hit for 1. Oh, you're right. Well, still 1 success.
Okay. You just bonk this main guy on the noggin a little bit.
Suffer.
You just say that out loud. Suffer. Swear to me.
What is she?
Where are the other drugs going?
What is
What's the juggernaut?
What about the business of that little girl? Before you point to Carly.
Yeah, I point to her. Where's her dad? And then smack down.
The security guard looks up at you and is just like, You two don't know what you're messing with.
I've got a couple more whacks in me.
Fine. You want to get backstage so bad? Here. He reaches into his pocket and hands you out 2 backstage passes.
I got gotta drop the filter. I'm sorry. We beat up this con security and they're like, here's your backstage passes. Congrats, you win.
You beat the boss battle.
He's gonna look down and just say, "Now, which one of us won?"
You did.
Good man.
And you snatch the passes out of his hand, and the security guard just stumbles back to the ground and is panting very heavily. He's bleeding a little bit because of all the, beatings you gave him. You have 2 passes to backstage.
Hey, we need one for the kid.
I'm gonna just do a quick flip. Yeah, alright, fine. He hands you another one.
Good.
Oh no.
Alright, Carly walks up to you, Ozzy. That was great! You whacked him hard!
I did. If I would have had my gun, it would have been better.
And she turns to you, Felicia. And your song and dances, that was awesome!
Thank you, darling. Now let's find your papa.
Yeah, let's go! And instinctively, Carly walks up to your side, Ozzy, to get back on you.
Oh, this is a thing now.
Yeah, she says excitedly. You can say no. You can tell the child, no, you can't ride me anymore.
Yeah, he's gonna kneel down and just say, all right, one condition.
What's that?
Gives her a match, light it.
You got it.
As he pulls out another cigarette. You want one?
Darling, I don't smoke. And then in that instance, I'll pull out my own, I'll pull out my character's own, cigarette holder, just pop that into her mouth.
Yeah, he looks at you and he's like, I wasn't talking to you.
I just, jaw drops, she now realizes who's talking to the kid. Okay, now I'm just gonna, grab the Carly off of his back and be like, son, no! I suddenly realize you're not the ideal adult here.
Yeah, she at least light the match, though.
No.
No. Sorry, she failed on a flip to light the match. So, no.
I'm taking custody of this kid now.
And then he's gonna look around anyone got a light? No one's gonna. And he sees that everyone's just kind of avoiding him
Yeah. Everyone from the crowd did kind of disperse because it seems like the cosplay cosplay contest just sort of broke up after you jumped off the stage and started beating on security. But the cotton candy vendor does walk up to you and says, I got a light, and whips out his lighter and lights it for you. I don't know why this guy keeps following you around and switching jobs, but that's what he does.
Thanks.
No problem.
And he goes ahead and lights the cigarette and then starts smoking.
The vendor looks at you and says, well, see you never again, I bet, and turns and walks away.
Still smells like corn dog. And he walks off.
All right, would you all now have backstage passes? So you noticed the backstage door right next to the stage earlier, so you head that way. You show your backstage passes to the guard, and he steps aside to let you in. And I think that is where we will leave it for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Next time on Live, Laugh, Loot.
Ozzy
It feels
just went.
strange doing this and not hearing Flock of Seagulls sing us out.
That's true. Which you won't if you're listening to this because we kind of can't use that song.
Yeah.
You can in your head.
Since we're using Audacity, we hypothetically could use the old playlist. It just wouldn't, because it wouldn't show up in our little audio programs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely forgot to generate a new playlist as well. Or even play the old one, so I've been going with no music.
So for the most I would pull up is the Heartbound OST because they're pretty chill on that. But
Yeah.
Even then.
I've often done Mass Effect soundtrack when we do sessions because it's very 80s spacey.
Has Putting on the Riz entered public domain? Can we do that?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think they can still monetize it.
Yeah. So at the end of every Space King session, we have to assign something called hero points. Both of you can get 1 hero point from me because your characters are really cool and so are you two.
Yeah.
Everyone's cool. In a game of Space Kings, every player would go around the table and explain who they thought was their hero, why what they did was heroic, and that player gets a hero point for their character. A hero point allows you to flip 2 additional cards on any flip. Now, we only have 2 players, so of course they would award their hero point to each other, But, Navi, what was something that Ozzy did today that was hero worthy?
He didn't, despite his presence, he didn't immediately get rid of a kid. No, he very much put up with her to at least try and dump her on me. So at the very least, despite how Ozzy presented himself, he managed to maintain some level of decency.
Yeah. Ozzy, what was something that Felicia did today that you liked, or that was heroic, or what have you?
I love the big musical number. 100%.
Yes. I suggest more big musical numbers.
All the time. In fact, let's break down the door as we go in and start doing a musical. By we, I mean you.
Okay. I'm sure we will not remember that for next time.
Nope.
All right. Thanks for playing space games with me.
Thanks for inviting us. I love playing this game.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was fun. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Although, if you're watching this, it's good to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first episode. We've never met before this stream. What are you all talking about?
Right, yeah. We were just matched up together by some AI algorithm.
We found a dating app and then said we all played tabletop games.
Yep. And we were all like, well, screw dating each other. We're going to tabletop.
Yeah. That sounds like a thing.
Yeah.
I am a trans femme lesbian, so I'm gonna put that on the record here. Not my types.
I just love the, hey, let's not date and instead tabletop. That sounds like an innuendo 100%. 100%. It's not.
Like,
True.
Real
It's
talk.
not.
I think an app for matching up tabletop players would be fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Well, we'll see you all next week, every 2 weeks. I don't know what our release schedule is going to be.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Gosh.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Live, Laugh, Loot. We're currently using the Space King system, developed and published by Supertry Studios. You can learn more about this game or buy it yourself at supertry.itch.io/spacekings. Follow us on Blue Sky at livelaughloot.bsky.social or email us at livelaughlootpodcast@gmail.com. Our intro music is Out of Control by Chill Carrier, and our outro music is One Point to Another by Rocket Max. See the episode description to find out what other songs played this episode or to check licensing information. To learn more about this podcast or listen to more episodes, check us out at livelaughloot.libsyn.com.